Do you remember the TV series Dad's Army? I'm particularly thinking of Private James Fraser, the fictional Home Guard platoon member portrayed by the actor John Lorry. One of his catchphrases was, "We're doomed." Generally, we weren't, but it added to the drama of the piece. Well, as I read the set readings for today, I thought to myself, has Private Fraser got the middle name Zephaniah? And it all seemed a rather good description of the global pandemic which we're struggling through right now. A day of wrath, a day of distress and anguish, a day of ruin and devastation, a day of darkness and gloom. Zephaniah was a prophet who was writing around about the time 640, 610 BCE. The people then must have become a little too relaxed about following the laws. Maybe they were wanting to go out to the pubs and meet lots of their friends, or perhaps stay out later than 10 p.m. Or maybe they were even tempted to go to an illegal rave. I don't know. But Zephaniah was warning them and trying to tell people that they should mend their ways, or dreadful things would happen to them. We're doomed. He painted a vivid picture of a terrifying apocalyptic scene which the medieval poets grabbed hold of and turned into the Dies Irae, the Day of Wrath, which is still used in the Requiem Mass. The poem and the Requiem Mass does go on to offer hope, for Jesus has redeemed us. But this passage of Zephaniah fills us with more and more worry about Judgment Day. So let's leave this scary passage from the Old Testament and move swiftly on to St. Paul. St. Paul wrote to the Thessalonians in around 50 CE. That's only about 20 years after Jesus was here on earth, and it makes this letter probably the earliest Christian text we have. Paul was writing to encourage the people he had met and to share the gospel with them. At that time, Thessalonica was a busy town in the Roman Empire. The Romans were perfectly happy for people to carry on worshipping their own gods, provided they included Caesar as the most important god. The Christians couldn't do that because there is only one God, and that is not Caesar. So Paul could predict that there was possible trouble ahead for the Christians. And in any case, there were changes coming soon. He encouraged everyone to keep faithful to God, even though all around them, their fellow Thessalonians, might be making sacrifices to Caesar. They might be panic buying, going out to riotous raves, drinking and feasting late into the night. Paul tells the people, "You are the children of light. The excesses of others are not for you. Keep true to God and follow Jesus." Those words ring out through the centuries to us, urging us to follow a Christian way of life, which includes encouraging all those around us by doing our bit to help others. Doom may well be just around the corner, but Jesus shows us a pattern of love for all, and gives us the hope to continue. Doomed? We're not doomed, we're redeemed. It's all very well being redeemed, isn't it? But what now? How can I make the most of it now I'm redeemed? I don't particularly feel redeemed, especially not at the moment when there's so much gloom, doom and despair throughout the whole world. It looks rather more like the description that we get in Zephaniah. Right, well, let's see if there's any help to be found in our gospel reading for this morning. It's the parable of the talents. I actually don't really like that bit at the end, which speaks of the outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And as it's so hard to get an appointment with the dentist, I'm not sure whether my teeth would stand up to gnashing right now. Oh dear! Does that mean the gospel has let me down? Whoa! I find it all too easy to look at difficulties and find complete disasters. Let's go back and find some good news in this parable. The master. Let's call him God. God gives everyone talents. These talents are given for each person to use, but they are on loan. We get a mixture. That's what makes each of us unique. And the good news is that they will bring rewards to us. The way we get a reward is by using, developing, and sharing these talents. We're not all entrusted with the same things, nor do we know who's been given what. But it's by bringing these gifts together that we can form a whole community. We recognise that we need everyone's contribution, no matter how big or small. Talents can be anything in this context, but they are God-given. There are big talents, and you can have 5 all at once, or they can be very small. It's not the size or the quantity that matters. It's what you do with what you've got. A talent could be as simple as a smile. Think of a baby's smile, or the smile on an elderly person's face when they recognise that you do actually care about their well-being. Don't dismiss people who aren't powerful or energetic in their contributions. Everyone, great or small, has a place in our community. For without the contribution of the least among us, we are all diminished. This is what the parable of the talents means to me. God-given talents, used, bring their own rewards. And I truly believe that we are happiest and at our most fulfilled when we are using and sharing our gifts and abilities to benefit and reach out to others. And particularly in these dark days, like those described by Zephaniah. It may help to remember Paul's encouragement and Jesus, our Redeemer's wisdom. We're not doomed. We are redeemed. Let's look for opportunities to enrich everyone's lives by making the best use of our God-given talents. Amen.